So, what can I say to you? All I can say to you is this. There's a tax in America called the death tax, the estate tax. It's at 35%. Isn't that a wonderful bargain? That means after you die, after you've paid taxes, after you've saved all your life, the gangsters in the regime take 1/3 of everything that you've saved and already paid taxes on, and that's considered a benefit to the rich. So the gangster in the White House, the new capo in the White House, the Obama crime family, the new capo in the White House, is now saying, yeah, you're only paying a third, huh? Well, we want you to pay at least a half. Kick up at least a half. We want a half of it. Now, let me explain what the estate tax is. If you're a farmer and you're about to die and you want to pass the farm on to your children, you may be making $70,000, $80,000 a year. You have an old pickup truck. You have some equipment. You're not living high on the hog. But the communists come in and they say, your farm's worth $1 million. When you die and pass it on to your children, they owe us $500,000 for the Obama regime so that they can fly around the world. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you got to keep Obama in first-class style. Michelle hasn't been on a vacation for months. She's just itching to go somewhere. So, in other words, you got to pay us $500,000. So if the children can't pay the taxes, they've got to go borrow the money to inherit the farm. And many of them can't, so they lose the farm. And the Soviets take the farm from them the way Stalin did in a different manner, or the way it was done before him under Lenin. And so what you don't know, and here's the punchline, is something you don't know. I guarantee if you're listening to the Savage Nation, you don't know what I'm about to tell you. You think you know it all, but you don't. Because I'm not going to talk about the founding fathers. I'm going to talk about the crime families running America today. That's right, you heard me. The criminal enterprise called the U.S. federal government, the state government, the city governments are nothing more than crime families with more power than any crime family has ever dreamed of having. Because they own the newspapers. See, when you had crime families, at least you had guys like Giuliani who were willing to fight him and expose them, and you had newspaper men with the guts to talk about it. But with the crime families running from the State House to the White House, you have the stenographers who don't even talk about it. And so the gang running the country now has an estate tax of 35%, which they call it too much of a bargain for the rich Americans. They want to make it 55%. They'll probably settle at 45%. They're screaming for 55% of the death tax, which means after-tax taxes, right? Here's the punchline. China and Russia, which are still communist nations, have no estate taxes. Do you have any idea what I just said to you? Listen to what Michael Savage just taught you on the Savage Nation. Everything that the communists have tried and run away from, Obama and his communist cronies are dragging us into, whether it be failed economic policy such as an estate tax, onerous government at every level, bureaucracy at every level, anti-business mentality at every level. Obama and Jerry Brown here in California have the same mentality as the ex-Soviets. Everything that the Soviets tried and found failed and killed the country, killed freedom, killed the human spirit, are being introduced step by step and day by day by liberals. Because you don't understand what the word liberal means. The word liberal actually means something else. The correct word is Bolshevik. You can call them anything, but don't call them liberals. A liberal means do as you will. I'll leave you alone. I'm a libertarian. That's a liberal. They're not liberals. They're Bolsheviks. A Bolshevik is top-down government, from top to bottom. Tax people to death. Bureaucrats at every turn.